In this video, we will discuss Marx's concept of base and superstructure. The concept of base and superstructure, as articulated by Marx in the preface to a contribution to the critique of political economy, serves as an architectural metaphor to encapsulate his perspective on historical evolution. According to Marx, the tangible base of society, referred to as the economic structure, encompasses the entirety of social production relationships. This foundational structure influences the legal and societal superstructure, encompassing relevant forms of social consciousness. Marx posits that the mode of production shapes the broader dynamics of social, political, and intellectual life. In contrast to idealist notions of historical progression that underscored the independent development of ideas leading to societal shifts, Marx contends that understanding ideas necessitates analyzing the evolution of economic power struggles. He reiterates a core assertion first introduced in his work, The German Ideology. It is not consciousness that shapes existence, but rather social existence that shapes consciousness. Though the architectural metaphor initially implies a static condition, Marx imbues it with a developmental dynamism. He suggests that when the productive forces of society reach a certain point, they enter into contradiction with the prevailing relations of production. This implies that existing property relations become incompatible with efficient economic advancement. For example, legal and political systems constructed under feudalism can hinder the emergence of capitalist production relations. In such cases, a societal revolution becomes necessary to facilitate the unimpeded growth of capitalist relations. Therefore, a fluid interplay occurs within the base, wherein the forces of production and relations of production are in a constant state of change. When this contradiction reaches a critical juncture, leading to the explosion of established relations, the economic base undergoes transformation, consequentially reshaping the broader superstructure. Marx characterizes elements like law, politics, religion, art, and philosophy as constituents of the superstructure. He contends that within these realms, the underlying causes of power struggles are not always readily apparent to the participants. He underscores the fallacy of assessing societal change solely through the lens of activist rhetoric, similar to how one should not judge individuals solely based on their self perceptions. Notably, Marx emphasizes that an existing social order endures as long as it continues to effectively propel productive forces. Conversely, a new social order must already demonstrate its superiority within the old system. In this framework, for a successful revolution to occur, capitalism must exhibit clear dysfunction, and superior socialist alternatives must be available. The base superstructure metaphor serves as a methodological framework to explore the development of politics, law, and culture in relation to the ever evolving economic structure. However, this metaphor has given rise to conflicting and controversial interpretations. One interpretation suggests a simplistic deterministic connection between the economic structure and elements within the superstructure. In some translations or understandings, where Marx indicates that the base conditions the superstructure, the term conditions has been sometimes replaced with determines, implying a direct causal link. This could lead to the misconception that developments in the superstructure are mere reflections of the economic structure. Yet, Marx's own writings on politics and economics reveal a much more intricate relationship. A challenge emerges from the notion that historical change unfolds solely due to structural factors, relegating human agency to a predetermined role. Unlike the Communist Manifesto, there is a lesser emphasis on class struggle, potentially giving the assertion that capitalism marks the final antagonistic form of production, a teleological undertone. This teleological flavor might result from presenting a broad guiding principle for comprehending socio historical change within a limited space, such as a single page. Marx's concept that politics reflects the economic structure gains complexity from the dynamic nature of the economic structure itself. Political struggles, being dynamic, inherently mirror this dynamism. This nuanced perspective becomes clearer when Marx applies his historical methodology in a more intricate manner, as seen in the 18 Brumaire. In this work, Marx delves into how an entire superstructure of sentiments, illusions, and life perspectives arises based on different forms of property ownership. He analyzes how these property interests consistently assert themselves, often at the expense of political principles during the moments of crisis.